Welcome back to Grandpa Sees the Blinking. Please don't take any of this as financial advice. Grandpa is not a financial planner or anything of the sort. Okay, Tesla. What a fun day. Lot of blinking going on, and the market makers surprised a lot of people today, just like they did on Friday. That's what they're good at. So, what did we see? On the buy side, we seen just a little bit real early at 234.45 times 1. It was just a flash in the pan. Then we also saw a little bit of buying at 241.50 times 1. There again, it was very minimal. As the price went up and up, we ended up getting a little bit at the 252 times 1 area. Once it was up in the 257 area, I believe. And then the prevalent one of the day on the buy side was 243.40 times 1. That's the number they used to make their bear flags throughout the day. And it was the most prevalent number by far. Nothing really under 243.40 to report as far as on the buy side. The sell side was wild, and that pulled things up and away, as you already know. And so today, pre-market, they started out 249.50 shorting times 1, and they only did that briefly. Then they jumped up to 262 times 1. And did that for a half hour or so. Then they went to 263.35 times 1, 258 times 1. They went down to when they made a bear flag for a while. Then they jumped back up to 264 even times 1, shorting the market. All these are shorting the market. Where the money makers are shorting, 256.50 times 40. Now that was close in. Most people should have been able to probably see that on a regular screen, but that was huge because that's indication that it's going to go there. Now they started doing that when the price was at 250 even, so that would have been $6.50. I did a quick, as fast as I could, I did a alert video to, it's about a 6-minute one, and let people know that if they want to, Grandpa was very sure that they were going to blow through it, and of course they did. So I've got a few comments today thanking me for that heads up, and it was an honor to give that advice out. So anyway, then they started shorting 258 times 2, 259.55 times 1, 257.50 times 1, 263 times 1, short, 260 times 2. They did that for a fair amount of time. 261 times 2, they did that for a fair amount of time. 266.35 times 1. And at the end here, this last 20 minutes, they pretty much paused most of the shorting, which lets the market fall back again. That's exactly how the bus runs. And if you follow what I'm saying, you'll figure that out as time goes along, hopefully. So let's try to get this in perspective with what we've had done in the past, and where the market makers are heading. And so I'm gonna start out with I'm gonna start talking right back down at 209.80 and 205. Tuesday, August 18th, they shorted in those two areas, 209.80 for about half the day, 205 for just a few hours. Are we going to see both those numbers? What does Grandpa think? Absolutely. When? I'm not quite sure, but we will see them. 224 and 225. I'm talking on the buy side now. They were buying at this area. They bought at this area on the August 23rd, 24th, 25th, 28th, and today they're well, whatever, 28th. So they bought a lot of shares between 224 and the 225 area. And I'm excited to see when they finally get there what the reaction is, because they have to go there in order to fill their positions. They've already got their long positions. They're committed, and they have to go there in order to fill those positions. And they got a ton of them. 229 and 230 Thursday. 8 on 824, 825, and Monday 828. They bought shares at 229 to 230 area, and are they going to go there? Absolutely. When? Whenever they decide to turn this bus downward, it's going to be a fun ride. 239.70 to 240 on Wednesday, 8:30. Friday, which was let's see, and yeah. So let me do this again. 239.70 to 240, and they did quite a bit the last half of the day. Times 500 shares per blink, 20-30 times a minute, and that was on Wednesday, 8:30. That they did that. They that might be a possible area to rebuy a little bit, but I'd be very careful because this thing can really plummet. And the trend, in my opinion, is straight down. And when you get your opportunity, well, I'll talk about that later. I hope I can remember. The low on Friday, 9/1/23 was 242.01, and so they went up a ways today. I don't even know for sure how high it went. 257, 258, and so now let's talk the short side. The high on Thursday was 261.18. And so we were previously looking above this number, but that's changed too. 8:30.23 Wednesday, 262 times 3. Also at times 7, that's 700 shares per blink, 20-30 times a minute. That's a lot of shares. 262 is actually a very good place to sell your stock, possibly, because there is. I expect that number to come in this, hopefully this week. I just can't see them leaving it there and going all the way down. But are they capable of doing it? You bet. Also on 8:30.23 we had 263 times 1. 265 times 1, 267.60 times 1, 271.50 times 1, 274.70 times 1. Every one of these numbers are a place where you want to look at selling your position if you want. If you don't want to sell, I don't care. But if you want to sell your shares and rebuy, these are the positions where the market makers are selling, shorting the market. And I believe they're going to go to each of these spots at some point, usually within 3 days. However, sometimes I've seen them go as much as 2 months to get back to a position. But so far, that's the longest out I've ever seen them wait on anything of substance. 8/31/23 Thursday, we had shorting at 262 a lot. That 262 number, they got a lot of shorts there, and they got to get to it. They came up to 261.18 the other day, last Thursday, and they fell short of making it, and they got too much stuff there, in Grandpa's opinion, to leave it lay for long. 265 on 8/31 also, 266.63. That's too many sixes for Grandpa. 267 on 8/31, 268. These are all times 1. 271.50, 271.93, and 275. We're all shorted on 8/31. On 9/1 Friday, 266, 60 times 3. That's a hot number. A lot of stuff shorted at that number. 273.14, and let's see, what do we got? And then we have the today, the 9/5s. I want to back up a second here. Well, these are prevalent. We had some 260s times 7 that are prevalent again. That's 700 shares of Blink. And we also had 260 at top 12. They got a ton of shares at 260 that they got to go and match up with their shorts. And they will go there and they will get them. Are they going to do it today, late today or early tomorrow, pre-market? I'm not sure. That's why I put in good till cancel extension. If I want to sell at 260 and know I'm out, I put them in that way because there's nothing worse than the market makers taking it up to their numbers and reversing it on you, and you don't see that number again for a month or so. So keep that in mind if you're trading. Let's see, what else do I know? Okay, so I don't know if I said this before or not, but on 9/5, that's today, we had 260 times 2 shorting. Imagine that. 261 times 2 shorting, that's 200 shares of Blink. 20-30 times a minute. 263 times 1 shorting, and 266.35 times 1 shorting. And, as long as you are buying and selling at a previous place where the market makers got in, there's no wrong choice. It's just a matter of different decisions. Do not sell your shares at a loss. I thank the market makers for showing Grandpa where they're buying and selling. I appreciate it. I do very well, and I want you to do well. And later on this evening, I don't know what time for sure, probably. Well, let's put a time on it. I'm going to do it at 8 o'clock on the close. I'm going to do a live stream I'll update you on anything that happened after hours at that point also. But um, I wanna do a live stream and explain level 2 and level 3 data that we're not supposed to be able to see, to the best of my knowledge. And Grandpa ain't the smartest guy around, but I see the blinking and I understand it clearly. And that's answered prayer there. So I'm gonna get off here. It'd be nice if I had a short video one time. I try to make a short video, but I can't stop talking. It's nobody should have as much fun as Grandpa. I I I just have a wonderful time. And remember, all good things are from the Lord. God bless you. And I'm going to have that video at 8 o'clock. So hopefully you'll be able to tune in and at least hear Grandpa's opinion. And my grandkids think my opinion is right on, right on. Grandma sometimes, however, questions Grandpa. But that's a different deal. Grandma's pretty good. She's happy. She's up. We're all up a ton. I had several friends today that uh, texted me and told me that they did very well today, and it was very uplifting. I wish you all well. See you at 8 o'clock p.m. Bye bye.